Good morning from my parents' summer house kitchen. Yesterday was my birthday, but we're celebrating it today because my sister could not make it yesterday. She'll be coming today with her family. I'm lucky that my birthday falls in the summer holiday because it means that we can be here in the Czech Republic and I can celebrate with my family. But also it means that I can use all kinds of fruit that is ripe in summer for my birthday cake. I baked this cake yesterday. It's a hazelnut base and I put some homemade strawberry preserve on top. And then the idea is to pile a lot of whipped cream here and then get some berries from the garden. So let's head over there and see what we can find. Let's start with an unusual berry here next to the fence. I bought it under the name Japanese raspberry. Dorman Red was the name of the variety, but when I Google it, it seems that it's actually a hybrid between Japanese raspberry, Rubus parvifolius, and probably some kind of raspberry, European raspberry. And if you look closely, you can see that the fruits are a different shape than European raspberries. They are a little more firm and they're pleasantly sweet sour and a really beautiful ruby red color. Here is another berry, which is this one is a little more known. It's Japanese wineberry, but what you might not know is how shade tolerant it is. It is actually one of the few berries that fruits well even against a north-facing wall. So in my designs I would often use it in spaces that do not get much direct sunlight. And you can see here I planted it under the walnut tree. It was kind of an experiment whether it could succeed here, because not many fruiting plants would. And you can see it's still really fruiting well and giving us lots of berries, so I'm pleasantly surprised. The taste, if you don't know them, they're also really pretty, and the taste is really nice. It's one of my kids' favorite berries. And you can see they're much smaller than the Japanese raspberry Dorman Red that I just showed you, but to be truthful, we prefer the taste of the Japanese wineberry. We have many more berries in the lower part of the garden. And here's another one that is really shade tolerant as well. It's a red currant and it's growing in the shadow of the apple tree. It's also an extremely long-lived plant because it was here when my parents bought the house 30 years ago. And back then it was already a large bush. If you know red currants, you probably know they're pretty sour, but there are some varieties that are nice to eat and they will be nice, a nice contrast to the sweet cake. Another currant growing here in the shadow of the apple tree is this pink currant, and usually people prefer this one for fresh eating. It has a really nice balance of sweet and sour, and also the berries are so pretty. This variety is called Pink Champagne, and it is I grew it from a cutting that I took in my own garden. It's very popular with kids as well. I think it's both the color and the taste. Another berry that I grew from a cutting from my own garden is this Yosterberry. But the interesting thing is that here the fruits are much larger. So I think it must be that the soil is actually better here. It's a good loamy soil that holds moisture better. However, Yostas, which are a cross between blackcurrant and gooseberries, are not everyone's favorite, so I'm not going to add too many to the cake. But it's nice to have variety. And they are so good for you because there's so much vitamin C in them. The last fruits that I want to pick are some of these gooseberries. They're actually mostly overripe, and that means they're also sweeter than if you picked them earlier. So I hope nobody will mind that I put them on the sweet cake. So the only thing remaining now is to pile all the berries on my cake. And if you ask me, berries are the best thing for a cake. Best decoration, all the decoration you need. Now we've got currants, gooseberries, Japanese wineberry, Japanese raspberry. Doesn't it look pretty? So that's my cake done, ready for today's celebration. I hope everyone will like it, and I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what cakes you make for your birthdays. Happy gardening!